Hey guys, Northwest Studios here. And in today's video, we're going to talk about, sloop coaches and how they were used in real life as their history, and we're going to talk about their purpose in the CGI series of Thomas and Friends, and how they were used with our great Western friend Duck. So, sit back folks, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Slip coaches for the time were pretty useful and very unique for the time period. These coaches would allow a train not to stop at the station and just slip these carriages off, so the train didn't have to stop and could keep running along. In our day and age, we don't need this sort of technology as our engines can keep up to time. Back then, it was a whole different story. There was a lot of initiative, the railways to have more people work on it. And this was an exception as you need a couple more guards to help break the coaches away. Coaches also came with some disadvantages, such as having no bathrooms or no refreshments, unlike other coaches. Also, there were several accidents with the slip coaches. Not many as expected, but there was a couple of instances where some people would be out on the line just to make sure everything's working properly, and they would get hit by a coach or some derailment issues. These coaches were stopped in the 1940s, but they were continued on the Great Western region till 1960. It just goes to show how good these coaches were. They lasted a good 100 years. Now, talking about the slip coaches in Thomas and Friends, how they were introduced was wonderful. The story is really nice, and it's about James just taking Duck's idea. But besides that, the slip coaches were introduced and were easy to understand. I was a young kid at the time. Understanding how these slip coaches worked gave me more of an insight to what an actual working railway looked like, especially back then in the 1850s to the 1900s. It was so interesting to see these slip coaches actually work in action, and to have Duck as the main focal point, especially in the CGI series, is something that actually is really cool. Like I will be getting at in most points in the CGI series, is that in the Brenner era, a lot of the Thomas themes are taken out from realistic points in time, such as these slip coaches. And to pair it up with Duck himself is just an interesting concept. And it sort of also ties into the real life history. The more history that is always put into Thomas and Friends has always made it interesting, from the railway series to the TV show. The slip coaches are an amazing piece from Thomas and Friends, and will always remain that amazing piece, in my opinion. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to like, subscribe, and check out my other videos. You guys have been amazing. Peace.